I'm coming on here real quick because I just watched a video from this lady. All of a sudden, boom, you're born upside down. Right away I remember. The suits, the cards in the deck, they're upside down and they're split in half like pyramids. Some of them are split like this and you get the angles out of them from corner to corner. That's why we have the reason for the double suited cards. When it shows a heart, there's a small heart on this side, a small heart on that side, and then in the center are all the other hearts, and the same thing with all the suits. The diamond goes two ways. So this is the way it works. I just did it real quick. One is the telephone. 1, 2, 3 is the telephone. And look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's upside down. This one's upside down, this one's upside down, and this one's upside down. What happens over here on this part is it changes for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? The 7 of this one meets the 9 of this one. Now if I put it up the other way, the 1 would meet the 9. Now, is that the way it should go? Is 1 up? Maybe it's 1 this way and 1 that way. Maybe it's the way the X. I'm not finished yet. But the way I have it right now is it has 3, 8, 3. Right here. 3, 8, 3. At the same time, it has 7, 3, which is Nibiru. 8 and 3, 9, the 13 world. This would be 7. This would be 8. This would be 3. The way it is. 7 and 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. You'd have 1, 8, and 3. So number 13 would be created anyways from these numbers that are here, turning it right side up when it's upside down. You see the X, X, X here? The corners are cut off. When I cut inside here, do you see what I did here? Okay, now I can't really explain it to you, but it shows in many cards that the 2 card, there's only plays on the 3 card. And it shows a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here. Otherwise than that, you never see the 2 card again. So which is telling you, okay, either A, when you're going to count all the point marks, and you do count all the point marks, in this point mark here, you count the point here, the point here, the point here, the point here. There's nothing that goes across, but it can come from the top. Therefore, you'll be counting a point here, but you won't be counting across. You'll only be counting this way because they're crisscrossed. However, they're intercepted. And don't forget, from corner to corner can be matched. But every time you go in corner to corner from here to here, automatically this corner over here is a number 3. This corner over here is a number 7. If it's the other way, it's 1 and 9. Okay, if it's in the upside down world, it's the opposite. So here you might not count your dot. You might go 2, 8, 2, 5, 8, which is 15. Don't count the 2. So we have 13. Then over here, you have the 8, the 5, and the 2. But it's not the 2. It's going to be the 8 again. You have 8, 5, 8. 58 is 33. 58, 85 is 33. It makes the creation, and it's coming up next year. I keep finding every minute of the day, boom, 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 boom. And I put this thing together about the Talisman, and then I put together about Reboot, and then I put together about Matrix and Rubik's Cube, and lately now it's the Powerball. Pokemon balls, the pool balls, the Pokemon balls. How the balls are created and what the stripe is all about in the ball. The stripe in the ball is because the center of the stripe, you know, you ever see it just pops out? All these things, all these gadgets, and from the kid show, they pop out. You put something in the center that closes. You have the bridge to walk across. Right over here is where everything is in Matrix, and you have the bridge to go there, just like in the Avengers or whatever. And all of a sudden, the bridge disappears, so no one can get to this. It's a power field, and no one can get there. They would be dissolved. It even showed it in Reboot. So I did the Powerball thing, and I showed how different letters get in, because the Jack goes around, it goes in, it's in the A family. The A would be a division because the A creates other letters. The F is created next to the A because it's tilted on one side, so when you put your F this way, this arm over here is shorter because it's already closer to the side because of the angle. If it would be straight, there'd be no place to go in. But it's this way, showing an angle this way, making your F the backward mark on the F. And it also creates and builds it at the same time. The Magen David gets built by taking 1 and 6 and marking them together, taking 3 and 4 and marking them together. You have to create the Magen David by 2 separate sides. And then there's the middle, obviously giving you a way to put in 3 dice cubes. Sickbo. 3 dice cubes, 63, creation of man. But when you play in the octagon world, don't forget about the arm that turns. The arm that turns will turn 4 while 2 stay stagnant. While you turn the cube the other way, while the other 2 stay stagnant. 4, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is the dog and the cat. It makes 14 and 14. They're both the cross. They're both part of the Monopoly board. You end up going over to number 14 just before the train track, and the other way 14 just before the other train track. So that means between the rest of the train tracks, that is 5 and 5, 10, it's 11 and 12. So you have 14 and 12 is 26 and 26, and that's the dog pound. 24 is the cat. 28 is the moon. Now, on your grid, you have 4, 6, and 8 is on the bottom. So now you have to go 4 and 8, and that's all the angels. And then when you go 6 and 8, that's the cross on man's back. It's just the same design as the calculator. It's the same design as the phone. It's the cards. It's the dice. You just have to put them all together. It's a beautiful game, my friends. And we're running into the year 5775. And even no matter what goes on in the world, we still won't have the answer to what we all want to know. What is Matrix? Where do we come from? How are we here? Are we alive? Do we die? Let me tell you right now, out of all my work, I was scared to shit out of death all my life. At 10, 11 years old, I had these dreams. I never knew what they were. It was all about numbers. It was just like a whole maze of numbers, and I went nuts. And 30 years later, boom, all of a sudden it comes back to me. It's amazing, my friends, to know that there's a life after life. Now you know, be nice to everybody. Be good. Just be good. Be good and understand that the problem in this world right now is they intertwine. They bring in people from other countries. They don't teach them the same thing we know, and we don't want them to be bossed around by what we know. We want to share what everybody knows, but they messed everything up so nobody can get along. That way we can never learn the truth because we don't have enough friends. Sometimes too many friends, sometimes not enough. Sometimes we speak for no reason. Sometimes we have, and we need a reason to speak. So there is this. The other thing that there is, I wanted to show you one more piece, is this is the basics of it. This is your pool ball. That's your pool ball. Okay? You see the space over here that I designed right there, that extra space? It goes in the center. And when you put a bunch of balls together, okay, I'm going to show you what it does. When you put a bunch of balls together, it makes these rounds. When you take a bunch of balls and you put them in a square, when you put balls in a square and you put balls next to each other, they create these shapes. And anything that's cut out in this world must be used, because it got here, it got pieced apart, and everything has to be used. We have to use everything. Raphael 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus 7, 3, and 5. Is this world real? Is there a creator? Are we actually here? You know what? I'm going to just go out on the limb because I'm so sure. There is a creator. We are in a creative world. These are just borrowed bodies. We're no more than the molecules of dust that blow around in the wind, but we're in the pressurized world like a cigar in this world. In the other world, it's something else. We don't need a body because we have the circle around us, and it's the circle around us that gives us the freedom and the continuation of the soul, in which we will always have soul. Everybody always has soul. Otherwise, there's no matter of the matter of fact that creates you. Raphael 7286, and the fountains of youth, of waterworks, an electric company, which is royal, and that is what's coming. Waterworks, an electric company. Waterworks, canals, Colorado River, Colorado, Lake Mead, Herbert Hoover, Suez Canal, canals and things like this. This is the closeness to the future. Forget about oil. Forget about gold. The gold is pliable in your mind. Stop picking your ear, because it's all in your mind. It's pliable. It's what you can do with the information, how you can create the information, how you can share politely the information. Is there another world? They shut off a switch, and what picks up the motorized information from the computer matrix, just like the internet in our head, just goes to another switch, another body that's waiting for us. They will not take you somewhere else if they're not ready for you. Otherwise, you go back into the system and you live in your own space. That's maybe what it means to go in purgatory. But for now, Raphael, thank you for watching. And 5775, time is closing in. Things will begin to go much quicker now. Thank you again.